What's up, everybody? Luke here with Valhalla Fitness, where Warriors train, and today we are here with Dirk of Juice It Up. How are you doing today,
I'm
sir?
doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good, my man. All right, so the world wants to know, who are you and what do you do?
Wow, that's a big question. So, we are a franchise based on the West Coast. So, Juice It Up has been in business since 1995. Really? Okay. So, we are the first franchise here in Oklahoma City,
Mm-hmm.
actually in Oklahoma, period. So, we're the first ones, the pioneers to, we're the furthest going east from California from all the other 9,900, franchise stores. So, me and my wife, we retired from California. Obviously, we lived out there,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a native Oklahoman. We wanted to come back where her family is, but we're still looking for a side business to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to retire from construction. Is killing me. I'm getting old and can't handle the construction, and so we kept looking around for businesses. And while we were self-moving, okay, it almost killed us. I mean, we're 60 years old plus. The inflammation and just all that stuff is killing us. Well, our daughter, she is a huge Juice It Up patron.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept telling us, Mom, go juice it up and get a ginger shot. It'll fix your inflammation. We're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I tell you, about a week later, it's like, okay, we're going to juice it up. We got to try this. So we do, and holy smokes, we got this ginger shot, and like 20 minutes later, the inflammation's gone, and I mean, we were back in business. We could move. It was the most life changing thing in our life.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, you know, I mean, we do the healthy thing, but I was a Mountain Dew junkie and fast food and all this other stuff, and you know, once we researched the franchise, it opened our eyes to healthier living. Um, I'm it was crazy because I'm not a vegetable person. I
Mm-hmm.
hate vegetables.
I'm right there
Ever
with you.
since I was this big, man, I just do not do them, period. Well, when we did our franchise interview and they introduced us to the product,
Mm-hmm.
they're bringing out the raw juices with kale and spinach and beets and everything that I, as a kid,
Despised.
despised. Right. But you know what? The way they blend it, it's like I peer pressured. I had to taste it, which I choked down, but actually it wasn't bad. It was like, oh my God, this stuff is really good. Um, so the Juice It Up franchise, they have a certified nutritionist. So I think it's the way he concocts, you know, the nasty beet taste, but then he puts, red grapes and some cucumber, this, that, and the other thing, and it tones it down, and it actually, for me, made it very palatable. I mean, actually, I enjoy every one of our raw juices. And I'm thinking, oh, this is crazy. So me and my wife were like, hey, I wonder what a franchise costs. So she researched it immediately, and lo and behold, here we are. We got permission from the franchise to build the first store here in Oklahoma, and we love the Mustang Yukon area. It's younger crowd. It's
Mm-hmm.
fresh. It's growing. It's just a good atmosphere here. The people are fantastic here. So we thought, why not? Um, the franchise was like, well, there's not quite enough demographic people there to support the store, but we're like, we're still going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did. Um, and that's how we ended up getting the franchises, just by, you know, our daughter who, just pushed us and said, go to Juice It Up, go to Juice It Up. And now their smoothies and everything that they serve is definitely a healthier option.
Mm-hmm.
We're not allowed to say it's healthy, due to, today's society, but it's definitely a healthier option. And I don't even want to be labeled as a health food store,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone relates health food as doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
It's good for you, but it doesn't taste good. But I tell you what, every one of our products is like enjoying, like put a smile on your face. This tastes really good, which is what I really like about this franchise. I mean, there's a lot of smoothie shops out there. They're just adding a bunch of artificial flavors and colors, preservatives, and everything that you and I shouldn't be drinking, which is why I really like this franchise, because we use real fruit, real fruit juice. real vegetables, with some ice.
Hmm.
We don't have Slurpee machines and putting all the bad stuff in us that we shouldn't be,
Yeah.
drinking. Even our food product is uh, protein based. It's healthier for you. It's just a better option without all the extra stuff that we shouldn't be,
Hmm.
getting in a lot of the other products out there. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my deal. I don't know if you got other questions for me.
Oh yeah, we do. So one of the reasons why I like you guys so much is because of that very reason. You use real stuff, you
Right,
use real food, and I just there's so many places out there that they just put so much garbage in it,
right,
and I hate that.
right.
And then whenever you talk with like regular people, they just go like, "Hey, like sure, this is a better option," but they're just like, "Oh yeah, sure, maybe it's a better option, but it don't taste as good."
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like,
Right.
you know,
That. Mm-hmm.
there's a difference between wanting something to taste good, but sure, it might taste good now. Like that pizza tastes really good, but you ain't gonna feel good after, you
Right.
know. And
Right.
I just like I always try to say like you are what you eat. Like it is a very true statement.
Right.
And just what would you say to people that just say, "Hey, good food just tastes like garbage"? Like what would you say to get those people to try to turn their life around for the better? You
Yeah. I've asked that question.
know?
Before we bought the franchise, and going back to kind of what I just said is, I think it's the way, and I got to give kudos to our nutritionist at the franchise. His
Mm-hmm.
name's Noah, and I think it's just the way he sits in, so many ounces of this and so many ounces of that, and it kind of kills that icky flavor of
Mm-hmm.
beets and kale and spinach. It tones
Yeah.
it down and makes it actually enjoyable. I think that's the key, is finding that person who takes the time. That's his job. I mean, he's probably sits at a table all day and has all this stuff, and he's constantly, oh, this is too much, or, grapes, or too much cucumber. Let's tone that. I think it's just the way he takes it. He obviously takes pride in what he's doing because
Mm-hmm.
he's come up with a really good mixture of the product and to make it where we enjoy it as you know vegetable haters.
Yeah. I that's something that I just absolutely love. People that truly care about their craft
Right.
and making something for other people to enjoy. Because health nuts like myself, like others around here, I mean, we know how difficult it is to find healthy food that tastes good.
Right.
Like you have to be a freaking magician to do it on your own.
Right.
But when someone does it before you somewhere else, that makes your life a whole lot easier.
Right.
And like I've had plenty of your drinks here. I'm just like, man, these guys are great. Like,
Yeah.
I don't who in the like honestly like who in their right mind would start a franchise after they retired? Like honestly,
I'm asking myself the same thing.
because I mean, before you guys came here, I didn't even know that Juice Up existed
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I've been in Oklahoma for so long. Like it's not like healthy eating isn't at the top of everyone's to-do list here. I mean,
Right.
this is technically Southern America, and it's barbecue, fried
Deep
chicken,
fried.
yeah,
Right.
deep fried chicken and everything, and it's go to work construction or cattle or Oklahoma the oil field, and everyone's like, nope, burger and fries for me. And
Right.
instead, they're not thinking, oh hey, let's go and get some dragon fruit smoothies or
Right.
some of
Here.
this green stuff that you guys sell.
The craziest thing is, and I mentioned earlier, is I was a Mountain Dew junkie.
Mhm.
Um, as a lifestyle that was me. I mean, that's what I did. When we bought the franchise, I weighed 237 pounds.
Mhm.
Um, and I cut the Mountain Dew out for months. And I lost about 10 pounds by cutting out soda. Just that alone, cutting out the soda. Um, and once in a while we go there, I get, oh, I'm just going to get a Mountain Dew. It's not going to hurt me just one time. And no joke, when I drink it, within an hour, it feels like somebody's sticking a knife in my stomach. I mean,
Mhm.
just the most gut wrenching pain. And I'm thinking, I lived with this pain like for 40 years of drinking Mountain Dew. it's the craziest thing on what we get accustomed to, our lifestyle. But
Mm-hmm.
this lifestyle change that I've made personally, which now I'm down to 214,
Mm-hmm.
so I've, done pretty good here, but it's just being aware of healthier options. There's definitely healthier options, and I'm not saying just here at our store, but even when you're going out to dinner, choose the right stuff on the menu, or go to the proper store that's not just nothing but pure, crap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but aside from working out, it's just the healthier options that we have. We just need to, open our mind to it. Like
Yeah.
I said, I hated the vegetables, but after I tried it, it's like, okay, my mind got opened, and now I drink this stuff on a regular basis, and it's definitely helped with my weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I definitely feel a lot better. I mean, I'm going to be 62 in a few months, and I don't feel nowhere close to being that old. And I think that lifestyle change has definitely helped quite a bit.
Yeah, it's amazing that people often just equate fitness and they equate it as feeling sore all the time, feeling like eating stuff you don't want to eat, basically being miserable. But in reality, it is the exact opposite of all
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, sure, there are healthy foods that taste like garbage. I
Right.
mean, come on. If you've ever had a wheatgrass smoothie early in the morning, let me tell you, that is ugh. But you want to know something else? There's so many options out there. This being one of them. It it'll change your perspective in your life altogether. And like, there's ways to make chicken tenders at home that are healthy.
Sure.
Like, and it's amazing.
It really is.
And just people just I don't like so many of us are so close minded. It just I just hate that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's because health food hasn't exactly had the best marketing in the
Well, the
past.
biggest thing is
And
convenient. I
mm-hmm,
mean, think about it. You got to drive through. You get your food in 2 minutes because it's all pre-made and
mm-hmm,
pre-done, and it's I just to give you an example. I know over in Europe they take healthy living a lot more serious than we
mm-hmm,
do here in the United
very
States.
much so.
Um, and I read an article, and I may have these, completely, off a little bit, but like Chick-fil-A, everybody loves Chick-fil-A,
Especially here.
especially here. And it's a wonderful franchise, but over in Europe, their Chick-fil-A patty has 9 ingredients in it. That's the breading and all the stuff that put that together. But here in the United States, there's 57 ingredients in that same chicken patty. How is that? I mean, how do they get away with that? It's
Yeah,
you got to ask yourself, what are these? What kind of fillers and stuff are they putting in there that our body shouldn't be consuming?
and the worst
You
part
know,
is it's all online for us to see too.
right?
Yeah, like you can go onto their website, look at
Yeah,
their nutrition facts, and it's all there. It's just they don't think they're just like no one's gonna do that.
and
Everyone's
no
too
one's looking
lazy
for
to
it.
do it because no
Right,
one has attention spans
right,
anymore.
right.
It's a quote from my brother. If you're watching, I see you. But yeah, like I mean, I just we need to not just be educate. We need to somehow market
Right,
to people a little bit better
right.
because I mean, like you just said, 57
Different ingredients.
ingredients in a
Right,
Chick-fil-A patty, and
right,
Chick-fil-A is considered one of the healthier options of fast food
right,
because they use peanut oil instead of you know all the other garbage that McDonald's uses,
right.
everybody else,
Yeah.
and it's still god awful.
Yeah. The
And
nice thing about our franchise, and we invite everybody through the door, come and look, but we make everything right in front of you.
mm-hmm,
You can see the fruit and the vegetables and what we are sticking in your drink. We
mm-hmm,
don't go in the back room and hide and make something and bring it out and hand it to you over the counter. We make it here fresh, right in front of you. We're not hiding a thing from you. When we even do the raw juices, you can sit and watch us take every piece of fruit or every piece of vegetable and stick it in that big juicer machine, and you watch us extract the juice out of it.
mm-hmm,
That's another reason why I love this franchise so much. That's their commitment. So the franchise, the original owner in 1995 started at Cal State Fullerton.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he had a little 300 square foot room that he started his smoothie shop out of, and it just grew from that. And he sold it to, I think it was in 2008. He sold it to Chris and Ed. And when they bought it, I think, I may have this wrong a little bit, but I think there's only 25 franchise stores. Um, Chris and Ed are the franchise owners of Mountain Mike's Pizza. So then they bought the Juice It Up franchise, and now they grew it from the 25 franchises to 100 from 2008 till here in 2026. But their commitment, they're staying with the owner's original commitment was to serve a healthier option. That's what his goal was, to get away from all the carbonated sodas and sugars and all that stuff. Where he just wanted to, again, give a healthier option to the kids on the campus is how it all started. Um, and Chris and Ed and Susan, their CEO president, she was 25 years at Jamba, and they recruited her away, and she's helped grow this, franchise to what it is. But she's got, a lot of knowledge, and again, they're sticking to the plan, which is what I really like about the franchise. They're sticking to the game plan, stick with the healthier options, don't deviate, and it's been very successful. And hopefully, we can grow this store and grow other stores here in the, Oklahoma market. The other people want the opportunity to, purchase franchise. The door's open. All they got to do is go to their website and inquire. And and the nice thing I like about it, the franchise is the owners, all the upper management. They're good people. They're just down to earth, real all-American people. They're not corporate. The whole corporate thing is what, your big franchises, McDonald's and Burger King and all that stuff. They lose focus on, they're just looking at for the dollar. Hey, what's the easiest way we can make a buck? The cheapest way with product we can give. Who cares about the quality?
Yeah.
And, let's make some money. Where they didn't do that here. And that's the biggest reason I invested into this franchise is I like the people. I got to meet them all. They literally come out and they're wearing Bahama shirts and shorts, and they're not wearing suits and ties, and you got a really good feel from these owners and VPs and presidents, and it was a really good.
Yeah, I love that
I
because there's nobody out there that is like that nowadays, because everyone's so, everybody's like, especially in the big business world, it's all risk management, risk assessment.
Right.
And if they're not willing to take it anymore,
Right.
And you literally went the exact opposite of that route. Like, you could have retired, and yet here you are, running a franchise that arguably in Oklahoma should not be succeding, and yet here it is,
right.
doing the exact opposite of what everyone believes. And I find motivation in that. Like, I mean, everyone I know is like, hey, you suck at what you're doing, dude. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not giving up, because it's something that people need to hear. And I mean, I got a good message. Hey, get healthier. Sure, I don't look like, a Mr. Olympia participant, but I mean, so.
Yeah. No, I mean, progress, like I said, I was, 237 pounds, a year and a half ago, and here I am down to 214. So
that's amazing, man. And you did it just changing a few simple things.
Just changing some simple things. You bet. Just cutting out the soda. That alone dropped 10 pounds immediately. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you're telling me that means you're drinking way too much.
Yeah, no, trust me, I was.
Like, I mean, I was the same way. Like, everyone where I used to work, I mean, if they just stopped drinking beer, they'd probably lose 20 pounds in 5 months.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of those people.
Right. And we get new customers every single day. A lot of locals, and it's funny because, I'm here and my wife is here 7 days a week. And, we know the majority of our customers, by name when they walk through the door, and the new guests coming through the door, we find out, oh, they just live right across the street. And it's like their first time in. It's like, we've been open a year and a half, and you just now decided to come in, but it's the whole Juice It Up. I think, just the name of the business, Juice It Up, everyone thinks, oh, it's juices. It's not. It's handcrafted smoothies, and it's It's our super fruit bowls, and
Mm.
we have such a large menu that you know I wish we could change the name a little bit, just because of the fact I think we get stereotyped of juice it up. Well, I just don't want a juice today, and it took a year and a half for somebody to go, well, I think I'll go get a juice, and they came through the door and they're like, oh my god, you guys have smoothies and bowls and sourdough toast with avocado and fruit and everything, and so that's the hardest part for us is to get the word out, so everybody knows that Juice It Up is not just a raw juice store.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a health food store. It's handcrafted smoothies and super fruit bowls and everything. So that's been our biggest challenge is just getting the word out to the community.
Yeah.
And word of mouth has been our best advertising.
It usually
Social
is.
media. We get a guest come in and it's fun to watch that when they take that first drink and they instantly have that smile on their face, and then they're taking pictures of it and they're posting it on social media. I mean, that's been the biggest advertising source for us, but they're doing it because they like it. Most people, go to leave a review because they're pissed off.
Yep.
They don't like what they got. They're angry. They're mad. So they're going to go leave that bad review. But we have nothing but 5-star reviews and just raving about how good our product is. And that speaks a lot to me because they're taking the time out of their day to leave a good message out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes me want to come back every day to the store. It's just our guests come through. They're just great people. Absolutely.
Yeah, that so few people have that nowadays, like that.
Right.
Want to put something good out there and they love of what they do. I mean, yeah, sure, I know like a lot of my parents' generation and their parents, it's all like, hey, it doesn't matter if you love what you do, you got to have a steady paycheck.
Right.
I don't have any of that anymore. And here I am doing what I love doing, talking with people like you
Right.
who care about helping others.
Right.
Whether it's, making juice, which obviously, as we just stated, isn't the only thing you do.
Right.
And I love it, and I think that y'all's mission's amazing, and I love y'all's stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's think of it like Field of Dreams.
Mm.
Build it and they will come. It's just a matter of time. Word will get out there. Same with, the fitness center that you have. It's just, anytime you're new, it's always a tough road to hoe, but you just got to stick it out. And like you said, it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about life changing for
Mm-hmm.
other people that you encounter in your life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I kind of like it that you put it that way because that reminds me of this. My grandfather, when I was a little kid, I didn't know where it came from, and he was in this garage building a. I want to say he said he was building like a beaver trap, and this was in Mesquite, Texas, where there's not a beaver for 1,000 miles. And I just go, "What are you building, Grandpa?" And he just goes, "A beaver trap." In Dallas, Texas, and he goes, "Build it, and they will come." I'm just, like ever since then, I've just had that mindset. Sure, it was super dumb, but I'm just like, I mean, he didn't catch a beaver, but he caught a whole lot of cats and a raccoon. So, but anyway, all right, you heard it from the man himself at Judas It Up. This is Dirk. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thanks for coming over. I enjoyed the conversation and appreciate you.
All righty. You guys have a great day. Valhalla Fitness, guys.